You ever get that feeling when you're playing a game that just I don't know if it's not quite right or if it's something's off or what, and you can't put your finger on it. That's kind of how I feel about Lethal Company. Don't get me wrong, I'm having a ball with it. Like, I'm having a fantastic time with it, playing the game with Ryan and Chase and Mike. We're having a bunch of laughs. It's fucking hilarious and stuff. It is kind of scary, but there's just something that I don't feel quite right with it. And that's why I want to talk about the game, because I think it's really interesting, but there's some stuff that I hate about the game. There's a lot of stuff I do like about the game. Maybe by the end of the video, we can figure out what is making me question this game. Like, why am I like hemming and hawing on, is it good or is it bad? Run, 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 run.
Yeah,
what the fuck was that? Who was that lady?
Wait, what? Lady?
Did you see the lady behind the spider?
No.
There was a woman standing behind the spider, I swear.
I didn't see it.
I swear. There was a lady on the other side of the Jack-in-the-Box behind the spider.
Oh.
Let's talk about my major complaint with the game. It's a very personal opinion, but I think the art style is utter trash, and I freaking hate it. I've seldom liked cel-shaded art styles, and Lethal Company's art style just doesn't appeal to me. It looks like muddy and ugly, and there's so much like clipping and stuff that does happen. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. But that's my only major complaint about the game. I don't like the way it looks. Other than that, I enjoy playing the game, even though it's a horror game, and I normally hate horror games. And I think the reason I enjoy playing Lethal Company so much is because it's built with co-op as its focus. A lot of games feel like the co-op aspect is just thrown in there as like an extra add-on thing. But Lethal Company feels like it was made from the ground up to be a co-op game. You know, one person can stay in the ship and use the console to watch when enemies get near the others, and they can open locked doors for people inside. Or they can use a teleporter to rescue people or recover their bodies. And it feels like you have to work together to get enough scrap to be able to pay off your quota. Just everything feels like it's built for co-op in Lethal Company. And even with its really simple mechanics and gameplay loop, it's a ton of fun.
Hilarious.
Well, do you want to leave the door open and see if this holds?
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out.
Okay, it bit me through it.
Oh, he really got eaten, huh? Hey, dumbass! Over here, fuckface!
Lethal Company's main mechanic is its time limit. Basically, think of it like Majora's Mask. You have 3 days to connect enough scrap from 3 different planets, basically, out of the 9 that there are. And each time you visit a planet, it costs you a day. And once you reach that 3rd day, or that final day, you have to return to the company and sell the scrap to fulfill a quota that gets larger every time you successfully fill that quota. If you fail to meet that quota, your ship is destroyed and it restarts your run from the beginning. The game is basically a roguelite, but without any of the progression being kept between runs. You lose your cosmetic stuff, you lose everything you've collected and bought, and you have to just restart. And each of the planets can have a different type of weather going on with them. That makes them either easier or harder, and most of the time it's harder. The planet could be flooding, so if you stay too long, you can't get back to your ship and drown, maybe? I don't know, we haven't stuck around enough for the flooding to actually like do anything other than slow us down. Or there could be a storm going on, and if you stay outside with anything that's metal, you're gonna attract that lightning and you're gonna get struck by it and die. Or you can use it to kill enemies that are outside. Another one is it could be really foggy and you basically can't see shit when you're outside. There could also be some other environmental effects that happen during these different weather phenomenon, like, you know, quicksand appearing during rain or during a storm on the desert planet. It just adds a bit of variety to each time you land on a planet.
Oh yeah, I fucking forgot. Oh well.
Next time.
Next
How's the
time.
level B? Is that good or bad?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's The other one was a D.
That'd be a way under the pipes
Is
to
a
get up
D
to that
less
exit.
dangerous or...
Holy.
Okay, that's quicksand. Did Mike just die to quicksand?
Yeah, he's just sunk in there too. He's like, I what it says, and he just starts sinking in. And you just hear some gurgle. Oh, that was funny. I love this game. I just love how fast you can just fucking die.
Other than the time limit, Lethal Company has very simple mechanics for its normal gameplay loop. Choose a planet, land on the planet, go into the facility, avoid monsters and traps, collect scrap, bring it back to the ship, leave. It's as simple as that, but it's also not that simple. Each monster has its own way of being dealt with. Coilheads, you have to look at them to stop them from moving. Dogs are blind, so you just have to move slowly and quietly to avoid them, etc. You know, stuff like that. And knowing how each thing moves and being able to counter it is nice. But you also have a very limited inventory system of just 4 slots, and at least one of those slots is going to be taken up by your flashlight and or radio, so you can't always counter what is there. And also picking stuff up fills an inventory slot, so you have to kind of balance that way with a bit of resource management. And Lethal Company also does a bit of resource management, not only on the player with the inventory system, with only having 4 slots of it, but while you're on the ship. With the ship, resource management, it reminds me of Phasmophobia. You know, you can buy different items to help you, and they get delivered once you are on the planet by an ice cream truck drop pod. They literally use like the ice cream truck sound when it's coming in, like that little the little song you always hear for ice cream trucks. They use that. It's fucking hilarious, and you can hear it all the way even in the facility.
Do it.
But with that resource management, if you die and your things are not recovered by your teammates, you'll lose the items you have on you, and you may not have enough cash to buy them back right away. You also have to pay to access the higher tier planets with the extra cash that you make. So it's the balance of going to planets with more and better loot, or buying additional equipment and things to help you with your exploration and recovery efforts. So I think with everything I've talked about, I may have figured out what it is that is making me like really question this game. And it's not the jump scare, it's not the horror aspect. I think it's the progression. I think that's what it is, because it's that really, it's like, it's the build up, and then you fail once, you drop. It's not like, oh, you build up and then you don't drop as far like most roguelites, because you have some form of progression outside of the runs. Where with Lethal Company, it's you build up, you get all this cash, you get this scrap, you get all this stuff, and then something happens. You all get eaten, you all die, you don't get any scrap from a place, and it's just like a straight drop all the way back down to 0. I think that's what's making me question my feelings of the game, is just, it's such like, you can build up so high to be over like, have to get 2,000 on your quota, and then you have a bad run. And since you only have the 3 days, it just straight drops down to, this is not good, we are fucked. And I think that's what sucks, is there's nothing additional to hold on to. Like, there's no skill points, there's no saving some money for the next run, there's nothing. It's just, you're done. And you have to go from 0 all the way back up. I was like, I do like the game. I really enjoy playing the game. I think its gameplay loop is fantastic, and it's fun, and it's simple. But then there's that whole drop, it just sucks. But otherwise, I am having a fantastic time with the game while playing with the guys. With it being built for co-op, it's just so much fun. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Lethal Company. We've put in about 15 to 20 hours into the game, and it's just been fun the whole time. I might do another video on Lethal Company where it is just clips instead of me actually like talking about it. And I'll probably reuse some of the ones I put in between the sections here, because I have a lot of clips that I think were freaking hilarious. So yeah, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Maybe hit subscribe also if you want to see more of my content. And leave a comment about Lethal Company. Do you like the game? Have you played the game? What do you think of it? And I will talk to you later. Have a royal day.